Hi everyone, do you have past broadcasts with multiple audio inputs? Today, we are going to discover how we can utilize Streamyard's powerful individual audio recordings. In Streamyard, I'm going to head over to Videos. And here we have the latest live stream of ours, Learning Onshape. In this video, it is noticeable that the audio level of our main speaker in comparison with the rest of the host is significantly low. With this in mind, let's utilize the individual audio recordings of Streamyard to boost this up in post. To download the individual audio recording of this broadcast, all we need to do is head up on the right under this ellipsis, selecting Download Recording. The other way is heading over to Streamyard, selecting this icon, under Past Broadcast, heading over once more to an ellipsis, and from here, I'm going to select Download Recording. Let's download the individual recordings first. And of course, we need to sync this up with a video recording. So I'm going to download video recording as well. Prompted to save the video recording. In addition, I have gone ahead and created a new folder to save our video and individual audio recordings. Saving them all here in this folder named as Premiere Pro. Selecting Save. And a save once more. Download have started. Files now downloaded. The individual audio recordings are typically in a zip file. So let's head over to this zip file. Right click. I'm going to extract it inside this folder. Let me enlarge this folder. So notice the various WAV and MP3 individual audio recordings. My target here is to boost up the audio recording for our main speaker, which is Jose Mariano Jr. Let me head back to that video in Streamyard. So notice the names of the persons in the broadcast, like Adrian Makasakit-PSME, Christina PSME Biscast. Notice this display names. This will also be the file names of the individual audio recordings. Let's now jump into Premiere Pro. I'm going to create a new project. And recall, we have created a folder specifically for Premiere Pro. Let's name this project as individual audio recordings. And for the location, selecting browse and pasting the location of that folder. Hitting enter and select folder. Selecting OK. Moving forward, let's bring in our Premiere Pro folder. So notice this is the video file. I'm going to left click and hold, drag and drop this into our project window. Next, I'm going to add in Jose Mariano WAV file. Left click and hold, drag and drop on this window. Heading back to Premiere Pro. Our next intent is to synchronize the audio of this video and this individual audio recording. What I'm going to do now is create a window selection to select both media. Hovering over here, left click and hold. I'm going to drop this on our timeline to create a sequence. Release. In addition, it is preferred that our playhead to be snapping to clip edges. To do that, we need to make sure that Snap in Timeline is enabled. Next, I'm going to rearrange these tracks, selecting this audio, pulling this down, our video, pulling this to the left. Notice the triangle signifying it's snapping on the beginning of the track or our current time indicator. I'm going to release. Let me show you two ways to synchronize audio and video in Premiere Pro. The first one is I'm going to select these 2 or 3 clips. Next, hovering over, I'm going to right click and up, I'm going to select Synchronize. From here, we're going to synchronize these tracks via audio, selecting OK. And of course, processing may depend on your hardware. Notice our audio track move to the right, signifying that Synchronize is now in effect. Moving forward, let's discover how to enlarge the tracks in Premiere Pro. It's simply heading over to this blank area. I'm going to double left click. So notice the height of the track increased. Let's reiterate, heading over to this audio track area, double left click here. In addition, I can head over to the separation between our video and audio, and I can left click and hold to move this up. And if the track height is not enough, we can still increase this up or decrease by simply heading over to these areas. Let's say for video 1, hovering over to this position, I'm going to hold Alt and roll our scroll wheel, expanding and contracting. There are times Synchronize is not 100% accurate. Let me bring our playhead here and hit play.
Same with this side. No. Press S and then
Hitting stop. So notice we need to make a slight adjustment to our audio track 2. In addition, let's boost up the visibility of the audios. I'm going to head over to the right of the name of the sequence, which is these 3 horizontal lines. Left click here. I'm going to enable, so notice what will happen on the audio. Enabling logarithmic waveform scaling. Notice the increase of the audio's visibility. Recall we are going to nudge audio track 2. I'm going to head back to this 3 horizontal lines. And finally, I'm going to disable rectified audio waveforms. Since we are going to focus on our timeline panel, we can enlarge or make a panel full screen by simply, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to head over to our source monitor. Notice it's highlighted in blue, and from here I can press the tilde button, which is above our left tab key and at the left of our number 1 key. Pressing tilde. Notice we have maximized the view for our source monitor. Hitting tilde once more to go back. And this time, because we are targeting the timeline panel, I'm going to left click somewhere around here. And definitely, to move this audio, it would be best to enlarge this panel. So with our timeline panel selected, again, notice it is highlighted in blue. I'm going to hit tilde. Take note, our playhead is currently parked at 54 minutes, 11 seconds, and 12 frames. And to zoom in to our timeline, it's simply hitting the plus button. And to zoom out, it's simply hitting the minus button. Zooming in. I'm okay with this magnification. Selecting this audio waveform. And to nudge this, we are going to hold Alt and press the right or left buttons. Holding Alt and pressing the right key. Let's now check. Hitting the play button.
Press S and then click the arc line.
So it's still not yet in sync. If this is the case, our last bet is to enable Show Audio Time Units. To do that, let's head up once more to this 3 horizontal lines. Left click and enabling Show Audio Time Units. So notice the change on our time ruler. Let me now park my playhead somewhere around here. Notice as we zoom in, we are now seeing the magnified view of our audio waves. In addition, let's crank up the height of our tracks, holding Alt and turning our scroll wheel, zooming out. Let me park my playhead somewhere around here. Zoom in. And notice I'm trying to find a pattern wherein we can nudge our audio track too. So in this instance, let me zoom in once more. I am seeing this peaks. Let me move my playhead here. Now the vertical line of our playhead will serve as a guide to align the peaks with our audio track 1. Selecting audio track 2, left click, holding Alt and left arrow to nudge this. And from here, let's check. Let's hit play.
S and then click the arc line.
Zooming out.
Then make sure that the...
And finally, our audios are now in sync. Hitting the / key to zoom extents. Double left click here to reduce the height of this track. Double left click and hitting tilde to head back to our default interface. And as a best practice, let's always revert back to our default time ruler, disabling Show Audio Time Units. And to prevent ourselves from accidentally moving the synchronized audio, I'm going to create a window selection to select all of these tracks, right click and select group. Notice as I select our track 1, the position of our audio track 2 stays relevant with the whole group. Lastly, as promised, the second method is creating a multi-camera source sequence. Let me bring in our folder together with the individual audio recordings. have gone ahead and selected those pertinent individual audio files. Let's now drag and drop this to our project panel. Left click and hold. Drag and drop here. Release. Heading back to Premiere Pro. And let me enlarge our project panel, hitting tilde. Recall, we are already done with Jose Mariano. With this audio file selected, we need this to sync up with a video file. With that, we're going to add our video, which is .mp4 learning Onshape, holding Control and left click. Next, I'm going to right click, and below we're going to select Create Multi-Camera Source Sequence. Left click, leaving the defaults and making sure that audio is enabled, leaving this to track 1. And for organization, I prefer to enable move source clips to a process clip bins. So this is simply creating a new bin to house all of this selected items. Selecting OK. Premiere Pro processing. Match can't be found. Notice, synchronization requires at least 2 identical audios to happen. In this instance, this excess audio files has no identical audio with our reference MP4 video file. Let's now select OK. Revert back to our previous interface, pressing tilde. Moving forward, let me minimize our source and a program monitor. Heading to this separation line. Left click and hold, pulling this up. And from here, very important, on your timeline is to disable insert and overwrite sequences as nets or individual clips. And before we grab our multi-camera source sequence, on our timeline panel, I'm going to hit the / to see all of our clips. Let's now head over to our project panel, grabbing the multi-camera source sequence, left click and hold, drag and drop, making sure there's no overlap, and release. Let's enlarge our timeline panel, hitting tilde, and let's now delete the duplicate, which is this video, hitting delete. From here, I can now head over to our target audio. Let me increase the height of this track. Recall, this track is grouped, and to select this individually, it's simply holding Alt and left click. I can now hit G and increase its gain to turn up its volume. From here, you may now apply the necessary edits to your video. And that's how we can make the most of Streamyard's individual audio recordings together with Adobe Premiere Pro. For more Adobe Premiere Pro tips and tricks, join us in Adobe Community Philippines. And of course, for more Streamyard tips and tricks, join us in Streamyard Users Community in LinkedIn. We hope this helps and see you in the next video.